Hive's Kitchen. In addressing the issues that a lot of people raised a while ago, I seek to answer the ones on career. For example, there's a question of important aspects in choosing a career. And here I believe that one of the things that will be important is to have a list, have a long list of the interests that you have as an individual. One thing I know is that listing the interests helps you to appreciate in vivid terms what it is that brings you joy, what it is that gives you passion, what it is it that you can do without a lot of coercion, something that you can do off the cuff or naturally without too much persuasion, something that pleases you. People have gone to the extent of doing psychometrics. And so I think it would be a good thing to list down all your interests and then, of course, try to determine what the skills you have are. For example, there are those ones who do not have ready skills because they probably have not been employed before, or they are naturally gifted. And so it would be a good thing to be able to enumerate the talents you have and the gifts you have and appreciate also the skills you have, and then try to establish what the market is like. Does the market have space for you? That's very important because it helps when you're doing something that is marketable. It is all the more easier to get a job and then to even rise within that environment, and then also be able to move from one point to another within the same environment. But I suggest that market should not be looked at in isolation with your interests, your passions. Now, there was this concern also about those who dread waking up in the morning. Most of these will largely be people who either have reached a place where they have plateaued, they are stagnating, or they realize a few years later that this is not the career I really wanted. For them, then it becomes important that you speak to one or two of your colleagues. It is so that you pick their perspectives also. Maybe there is something you're looking at or you're blowing out of proportion and it's all about you. Speak to those you trust and even your close friends, and then try to get objectivity out of it. Then later do an introspection. Is it time to move departments? Is it time to leave this office, this working environment? Is it time to pivot? And if you're talking about pivoting, you have to be ready to make some sacrifices. There'll be a lot of investment in time, in money, resources. You have to be very humble because for people like me who pivoted when I was already in my 40s, you can imagine the number of years that I had to put aside because I was learning something entirely new. And it doesn't all go to waste, but you'll realize that for you to get a foothold, you may even need to accept the smaller check pay. So that is very important. Do your research well, and then I know you'll make the right decision. And how about those ones who have good jobs and all that, but they can't help stealing or pilfering? For them, as far as I'm concerned, the question is of value systems. What is your value system? Does it include the people around you? Does it consider what are the consequences of what I'm doing? Are you ready to bear the costs of those consequences in future? For me, it is never rewarding, particularly in the long run. So if you're someone who wants to build a career within a system that is already established, or even a new one, irrespective, you have to be a person of integrity because time will bear you out. God bless you.